Okay, the next opportunity we're going to be looking at, this is from Kevin Meisner, and it's opportunity number 9. So I pulled that one up. I got some pictures up on the screen I'll run through for everyone real quick. So this is the front of, this is on 712 2nd Street Northeast. You want to describe it, Kevin? I'll run through some quick pictures, and then I'll throw the numbers up on the screen for everyone.
Sure. Hi, I'm Kevin Meisner. I've got an option
that one there.
contract on this property. I had an offer on it. The buyer's kind of flaking out on me, so here we are. 2 bedrooms up, 3 bedrooms down, duplex, stucco exterior. The main level, as you can see here, has some dark paneling. That's really the main thing. It needs some carpet. Great location. It's right on the bus line. Does need some cosmetic repairs. It's got brand new furnaces, as in brand spanking new. Roof was installed in 1996. There's a rubber membrane roof on the upper level. There's a little bit of a patio on the back. That was installed in 2000. Lower level has central air. It's 1,100 square feet. Let's try it again. 800 square feet up, 1,100 square feet down. Approximately 1,922 square feet tall. You can see the furnace. And it's got a very large 2++ car garage. It's practically a 3-car garage with a pass-through garage to additional land behind the garage. So there's room for a garden or a boat or storage. You can see the rubber membrane roof. Rents, according to Rentometer, 1,050 median, 1,132 average, 1,295 80th percentile. For the 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom is 1,200 a month, median 1,300 average, and 1,398 for the 80%. Here's your numbers. Truth in Housing reports linked there. And
What's your price?
175.
Did you have any kind of contractor go through the property to evaluate the repairs?
I did not.
What do you, in your opinion, what is the cost of the repairs for the lower unit?
That number can be anywhere between $5,000 and $30,000. If you want to do everything, you can go super crazy and try to attract that high-end market. I don't think you need to go that high. I think you could do something in the middle there, probably 15,000, 20,000. And you'll have a very marketable, rentable property in a great location.
Did you build comps
I haven't done it in a long time, so.
on this particular property? You haven't
Correct.
done
It's got to be, I don't know, 225, I think. There's not a lot of comps for a 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom duplex. A lot of them are 2.2s and 2.1s. And a lot of those are REOs, so it kind of are a little bit all over the board.
Is it, was it a bank-owned property or was it a privately owned property?
It's a privately owned, burnt-out landlord person that I got it from. The units are vacant. They do have a tenant that wants the upper level if we want to move forward on them. They would want to go month to month.
So, burnt-out landlord, did they tell you what the rents were previously?
I think she told me she was getting like $900 a month. And it had been vacant for a little while. And there's new plumbing in this unit too.
So it's actively listed for rent right now? Would you say? No.
Are the units nice enough for an owner to want to live in one of them?
I would say yes.
So, I've been daydreaming a little bit, but you have a lease purchase agreement with the seller?
No, it's a pure option.
Oh, it's a pure option, thank you.
So do you know what the annual expenses are at all for us to make any judgment, taxes or anything? It says supporting documentation in Dropbox. That doesn't help us much right here.
You know, I don't think I have that information. I could get that information.
Expense
but-
percentages, I'm just trying to figure out how to evaluate it financially.
Sure, I understand.
Because I think the smart owners could buy, and you know, one of the realtors on my team is, he bought a duplex and he lives free. He was one of the, duplexes were really dogs on the market the last several years. In a lot of ways, they were worth more as single-family houses. And the guys who were smart bought them, the money was so cheap, one unit pays for their whole payment. So if it's possible to do that, it makes it a nice investment for the right person. For me, 175 for a duplex, unless it's pretty special, wouldn't do much. You know, these days I've always liked them under 100 when I bought them, depending how much work they need. But if you're in the right area in Northeast, it's kind of a block-by-block area. So I really have to look at the block or look at some aerial pictures and see exactly where it is over there. I don't know the addresses well enough.
It's south of Broadway, and it's the
Well, I know right where
west
it's
of
be, but
University,
West.
right on the bus line.
yeah.
And I did run the numbers on this. I think I estimated what some of those costs were for utilities and expenses.
So would you have an expense ratio or a cap? Because, you know, in this business, you try and work with the net operating income and NOI before your payment. That's how you evaluate a property.
True.
That's how you come up with a cap rate. So I look at this, say, okay, what's an NOI and what payment can somebody afford to make from the operating income on this? And that's an essential number. And there's no way to figure that out from what he gave us.
Yes,
So I can't buy what I don't know.
appreciate that. When I did run the numbers on what I estimated, I think you could live in that unit and have a renter in the other unit supporting you, and I think it would cost you maybe $150 a month out of pocket.
Well, then it's a pretty nice thing to push on the market for, you know, an owner occupant to want to buy it. If they can get 4.5% money.
Absolutely.
But I don't know if it works for an investor to buy it or not.
What about just selling it outright as a single-family home after it's been fixed up? Because that is a nice area of Northeast. I'm looking at it here on my phone. You're just a couple blocks from the river. There's some really nice restaurants there.
And you're
Yeah.
several blocks from the river and then the bus line.
Yeah.
You could bike to downtown in minutes.
I'd have to run comps, but I would think that single-family homes would start at around 175 to 250 in that neighborhood. I could be off, but I'm just saying if you put a little bit of money into it, maybe that's another alternative.
I didn't look at that option. I would certainly look at that.
I'm not saying for me, because the numbers are too tight there to the margins. I'm just saying if the owner or, you know, if you were able to get it for a, boy, I don't know.
Did they allow you to list it in your option? Or would they allow you to list it?
They would work with me. I have a really good rapport with them.
That'd probably be a better bet, finding somebody other than a shark in this room.
As a broker, I've had that situation a lot. I've listed properties if I have the right to buy them, and the legal department for the MLS says that's okay. But you want to have them sign something pretty specifically. No better way to get an idea of the market's reaction than putting the whole damn thing out there. You just have to be careful not to shoot yourself in the foot for the future. Because once it's on the MLS, it's out there forever for everybody to see. It's a good way to potentially gauge the market of what you've got. And if I had an option on a property and needed to sell it, and I've done this several times, I have them sign something saying, yes, I'm allowed to list it, and they know I will. And they know I'm only going to buy it if I can sell it. And I'll do that. It's had some good results, and sometimes I've gotten no results. Make sense?
Yes, and this is also a great candidate for the FHA 203K financing, so you can fund the repairs. It's just cosmetic, carpet, and dark paneling. So my thought process was to deal with the lines between the paneling with a putty or something and then paint it.
What's this baby count for, if it's nicely done right now in that area?
I haven't looked at the comps in a number of months, and they're probably off. But I've got to believe it's in the 225.
Because I've looked at some houses
Some
over
are
there.
probably in the 250, but I don't know if they're actually getting that.
It's a mixed area. That's why I say I have to look at the block. It can be, one block can be really different than another block, just depending where you are.
All right. Thanks.
Okay.
Do we have any renovations in this packet here?
Thank you, Kevin.